Now let me show you how you can make a text follow a path in DaVinci Resolve 16 and how you can animate that text along that path. All right, let me close this timeline. Let's start from the beginning by dragging and dropping a video, okay? This one, we will be creating a path along the mountain shapes, okay? And then we'll have text in there. So I right click on this one and create a new Fusion clip and go to the Fusion tab. Here I will have a text, so I'll just get the text plus, okay? I right click and merge, okay, having the text in the foreground. I will paste a text first. So first you start with the text and then you type in and then you create the path, because then you have a better visibility of how the text is following the path. Good. So we have a long text here, just about enough to I'll just check a font. V-body, this one. Okay. So let's start. Let's keep it as is, or just reduce the size a tiny bit. Doesn't have to fit in there. Okay, we can make it fit. That's fine. You don't have in the beginning, but it's fine. And now it's time to create the path. So how do we do that? You know, when you come here, you have this layout. This layout has type, and you can go to the path. Okay, nothing happened. Well, that's because you have not drawn you did not draw the path yet. So you need to draw it. So you need to, your cursor has changed now from the normal mouse cursor to this cross. So what you need to do is click and then click and then click, and then you will notice that your text is getting aligned with the path that is being created. I'm trying to stay a bit further from those edges because, okay, that's about enough. That's good. All right, but these edges are not what we want because they're too harsh. I need something smooth. So I need to come, these are a lot of controls. How you can control your path? You've got a lot of controls in here. So number one, I come to this one, which is select all points. You know what you need to do? You just hover over each one of them and it's going to tell you what it does. But I'll show you which ones we're going to need. Select all points. So I select all points. I come here, make them smooth. So make them smooth. All right, that's a good starting point. This is standing in the way. These controls are standing in the way. You can't see exactly what you're doing. What you can do is come here and remove this show controls. So this way you're able to see, okay, yeah, I need to change something, or maybe not. It's going to be closer, 100%, maybe 50%. Okay. I'm just using the control and mouse wheel. Okay. So it is very clear for now. We need now to come back to the text and change a few settings to make it fit. I need the size to work with us. I noticed that I didn't leave enough space between clouds and mountain. So I will do that. It's good actually, because I have an excuse. I have an excuse to show you something. Let me select, oh, that's not the right one. I just need to click somewhere outside, okay, to deselect, and then I can grab each one of these separately, or all of them. I can draw, I can do like this, and then move everything. Something like this. Possibly move this one a bit down, and then you get the handles as well. You know, these things, you get these handles to align some stuff if it is not the shape you want it to be. Good. Now, I will leave that up to you in terms of perfectly aligning it, but I will do something here just to make sure that we're not leaving it like that. So this is fine. Good. Let's say that this is what we want to go with. This is how you make it follow it. But what if you want to animate it? Like, okay, this looks more like a Photoshop thing. Well, let me just make you. Let's first play this. It's going to be a bit. Um, oops, it has crashed. Well, because we're working with the beta version of 16.1. Okay, so I'm going to say ignore for now. I'm going to relaunch it again. I had to restart Davinci because it had crashed. I am using version 16.1, the beta of version 16.1. It is not the beta of 16. 16 is already stable release, but I'm always using the latest version. And with latest version comes what? Exactly, instability. So uh, I have to live with that, and I'm happy actually because I get to use the new features as they are released, and also I can give feedback to Blackmagic when this is happening. Okay, good. All right. So what were we going to do? We're going to move to the animation part where we will just animate the text along the path because now it looks static. It looks more like a Photoshop picture. Well, that's true, but if we play this like this, then you see that there's movement, like the clouds are moving. Okay, it is going to look great, but what if we want to move the um the text as well? We come to the same place where we find our path, and then there's a nice feature here called position on path. So you can check where you want to place it, or simply just move it up here in the first. Where is it? I'm sorry. I think I moved it too far. No, that's fine. Out of the frame, or probably just here. Okay. And this is the frame number one. I click on the key, creating a keyframe. Okay. Then I decide somewhere like here, maybe 100 frames, 4 seconds, and then change it to this, to the final one. And that should be it. Okay, so if you come back here and you play, not sure if it's going to crash again, you get it's not really playing very smoothly. And obviously, because I'm recording at 15 frames per second, and you're going to watch this stuff and then it looks jagged, but I will show you the final render thing with full frames, not just 15 frames per second. Okay, so this is how you can animate your text along a path in DaVinci Resolve 16. We have used this footage of the mountains where we have a text and you see the mountains thinking them rigid while they will pass as the passing of clouds. It is a scientific fact that mountains are moving. They move very, very, very slowly, so tiny. Mountain Everest is moving every year by a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. You'll find this in the BBC documentary. And the movement is over centuries. Okay, it's noticeable over centuries, obviously, because we're talking about huge things. Good. All right. So this is how you animate your text along a path in DaVinci Resolve 16.